H1B visas, folks. There's a lot of misinformation about H1B visas and what they mean. And first of all, let me clarify something. I was on H1B visa, okay? I came here as a student on F1 visa, which is before the H1. After you come here as a student, folks, and you study and go to college and all that stuff, right? You are then given only a 1-year permit, a work permit, so you can work. In that 1 year, you have to find a sponsor, a company who wants to hire you. So it's a very, very rough environment, folks, to find that employer who wants to sponsor you because it costs money, okay? And that sponsorship is called H1B visas, okay? Here's the problem with the H1B visas, okay? So in my opinion, if somebody's come to school here, proven themselves and work in a good engineering school or something like that, like myself, there's nothing wrong with the H1B visas. Now here's where it becomes a problem, okay? Some companies misuse these visas to bring people with fake IDs, fake resumes. I have interviewed myself people when I was at Booz Allen, a director. The person that I interview is not the same person that shows up at work. Can you imagine that? And we have to fire some people. A lot of these folks are coming from India, but these Indian companies have offices overseas in their country and they open a local office. Then they have everybody else sitting back home overseas making the same kind of money as recruiters here. Where this goes really bad is then they shortchange you. If you're a US citizen like myself, they're screwed. They call you and they want to give you the least amount of rate. They may be making $120 an hour, but they only want to offer you $70 an hour because they bring people from overseas, from their countries, and they force them to work for $70 an hour, $50 an hour, and they pocket the rest of the money. These people should be prosecuted. That's where the problem with H1B visas is with the contractors. These contracting companies who are bringing the people from overseas and then turning these over as contractors to companies like Tesla and Amazon and other companies. So my solution to this problem is that only allow those companies that are big enough and have the need to have H1B visas, not allow these contracting companies or these subcontractor companies to have H1B visas, because that's where the problem starts, because then they start bringing their friends and family, fake ID, fake degree, fake pictures and all that. I interviewed a guy once, he had a PhD and he was only 23 years old, and I'm like, dude, how did you get a PhD in computer science? But this is the kind of stuff that's going on that nobody's talking about, that Elon Musk is not going to talk about. Vivek is not going to talk about because he's from that country as well. So he's looking out for his own people. I'm just telling you guys the black and white of this thing because I've been through that myself. This is how it works, folks. H1B visas by itself is not a bad thing. You're getting some smart people like myself, some good citizens, but you're also getting subcontractors who are extorting these people and then lying on their resumes and then bringing them here, subcontracting them to other bigger companies. That's where the problem is, okay?